I mean, I loved them before, but with this newfound information, it's a game changer. Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, tips for all shades of mom life, and in today's video I am back to share 3 new recipes with you. But today I have some newfound information. So I'm sure you guys have all heard of HelloFresh, right? I know I have. I feel like if I would say to you, name to me a home delivery food service, most people would say HelloFresh. It's the most known and popular food delivery service. Well, I've been using EveryPlate. That's what I've been using since I think October or November. Soon as I moved here, I tried EveryPlate for the very first time and I fell in love with them ever since. I've been saying how amazing that their quality is, but super affordable. But I just got my very first box with a problem. Now, I get it twice a month since then and have never had an issue before, but I had to call. I didn't film that box. That's not the one I have to share with you today. But when I spoke to them on the phone, they happened to mention to me that they are the sister company to HelloFresh. That blew my mind, but it made so much sense. You guys, they are known everywhere. I mean, celebrities rep them. Like I said, HelloFresh has become a household name, but they're a tad bit on the pricey side. I love their recipes and I love their quality, but for me, a family of 6, to use them on a regular, it just doesn't work for me. But that's why I've been using EveryPlate, because it's the same quality and the same kind of recipes as HelloFresh, but way more affordable for my pocket. So that's who I've been representing, and these are not sponsored videos. I pay with my own money for this stuff. I just absolutely love their products. Like I love it, and I continue to keep bringing you their recipes. So now that I know that they're affiliated with HelloFresh, it makes me even more apt to want to get their boxes because I know that I'm getting quality to my door. So I'm gonna bring you down to the counter and I'm gonna show you the last 3 recipes from EveryPlate. All right, you guys, so for our first recipe, I chose a pasta dish. If I ever see a pasta dish as one of my selections, I usually choose it because it's a go-to for my kids. So we're making lemon thyme chicken linguine. So we need chicken breast strips, some sour cream, some cream cheese, some zucchini, a little bit of garlic, some lemon. Of course, we need the linguine and then some chicken stock concentrate. I love when they send that. It works amazing. So I went ahead and prepped all of our veggies. I chopped up our zucchini, I diced up the garlic, and I zested and quartered the lemon. Now I have a screaming hot frying pan on the stove with a little bit of olive oil ready to go. And I also have our pot of boiling water on the stove, almost ready to be salted for our pasta. So for starters, we're going to go ahead and throw in that zucchini, and we're always going to give it a good salt and pepper. I love that EveryPlate suggests that at every single step because it makes a huge difference. I always find their food is super flavorful. This is my trick, however. Always heavily salt your pasta water, you guys. That's what gives your pasta the great flavor. And I like to break my spaghetti or linguine in half when I put it in the pot to cook. So once it came to a boil and I added my salt, I threw in the pasta, and now our zucchini is ready to come out of the pan. So I remove the zucchini, and then in that very same pan, you're just going to add the chicken breast strips. And I love when they do the strips because then everything's already cut up for you. And then you're going to add salt and pepper and their seasoning packet and give it a good mix. No, breaking rules, and that's facts. If you do keeping an eye on our pasta, I gave that a stir, and then I did add a little bit more olive oil to this chicken just to make sure that it was all crispy and cooked thoroughly. And then we're going to add some of that pasta water to our chicken and that chicken stock concentrate along with that lemon zest. And now our zucchini. And we're going to begin to make a sauce. So here's where the creamy stuff comes in. So you're going to add in that cream cheese, that sour cream, and then at least half of the lemon. I would have preferred a little bit more lemon. I put tons of lemon on my actual plate, but you can do as much lemon as you like. But I really liked that lemony flavor. And then you're just going to go ahead and give everything a mix, and then that's it. Now we're going to add our linguine. I feel like that's such a super easy recipe that is so easily replicated at home. You guys could totally do this at home. You don't need a special kit. You could do this, and it was so yummy. I usually only use thyme on like a rotisserie chicken or a turkey on Thanksgiving. The thyme with the lemon and then the garlic and everything, it was just so good. And I think this is a lot of food, you guys. Daryl was working this day, but I was able to make 2 bowls, one for me and one for Paul, and then 1 bowl each for the little kids. Jake did his own thing for lunch, but if you could use a recipe with just that little ingredients and be able to feed 2 adults for lunch and then 2 small children, I think that's amazing, which is why I continue to just love Every Plate, because the food was so good and there was tons of it for the price. All right, now we're on to a meal that I wanted to do for my husband. I made this on a day he was home for lunch. He absolutely loves pork chops, and this is apricot pork chops with a kick. And you are going to put carrots and rice on the side. So we need the pork chops they provided, the carrots, we need some white rice. We're also going to use some soy sauce, some garlic. Look at the teeny weeny little peppers they gave. So cute. They provided a lime. And then I was so excited about these apricot preserves, you guys. If you ever get one of those fancy baskets that somebody sends you, like a fruit basket or something, there's always like these kind of brand preserves or jams in there, and those are super high quality. It was the first time I ever got one like that inside of these boxes, and I was really happy to see it. But that's it. That's all that we needed. So we're going to start off by getting our rice on. We had to add 2 cups of water to this rice, and then we're going to heavily salt it again as usual. You're going to season at every step, and then we're going to put this, bring it to a boil, and then put it on a simmer and let that simmer. So now it's time to get our carrots in the oven. They really taught me how to roast my vegetables. I was always a boiler beforehand, which is why I boil in rice. I got that. I gave it a good stir, but I never really roasted the way I did right now. But we got our carrots, our garlic, our quartered lime, and our little itty bitty peppers all diced up. And now we're just going to stick those carrots on a sheet pan with a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil and roast them in the oven on 400 degrees. Now I got my frying pan good and hot with some olive oil. Of course, we're going to heavily salt and pepper those pork chops, and 3 to 5 minutes on each side, you guys. Super simple. And then we're going to remove them from the pan and add the garlic to that pan we were just cooking the pork chops in, because we want all that flavor that's at the bottom. So we're going to add a little bit of water to our pan along with that apricot preserve. It took a while to get everything incorporated, but once you did, then you're going to add in butter. I love that they just use 1 simple tablespoon of butter to bring richness to a sauce or a gravy. I had never done that before using Every Plate, and I can't even believe to tell you what a world of difference just 1 tablespoon of butter in one of these sauces is. So now you're supposed to put the pork chops back in and get it good and covered with gravy. Like I said, my husband was home this day, so I more or less prepped a plate for him and I to share. So I put the rice that we made on one side, and then our 2 pork chops, and poured the sauce on top, and then we had our nice charred roasted carrots with the extra lime on the side. You guys, this is such a simple dish. It took no time at all with barely any ingredients, and it was restaurant style quality. I mean, that's the kind of plate you would get if you ordered that inside of a restaurant, and it was so delicious. And hubby and I sat there, we watched some TV, and we ate lunch together, and it was really good, and he loved it. Now on for the next boy of my house, and he's not a boy anymore. He's a 16-year-old, almost a man, but I got him these Vietnamese steak bowls because he loves any kind of cucumber with that pickling, because this had carrots and pickled cucumber and sriracha mayo, and I just knew this would be something he would truly enjoy. And again, the ingredients are super simple, you guys. So for this, you're going to need some mayo, some diced beefsteak. This is their blade tenderized. I always feel like they give the best quality meat. You need a carrot, some cucumber, you need a little bit of white vinegar, some soy sauce, some sriracha, and then of course they go ahead and supply you with the white rice. But that's it to make these really yummy steak bowls. And I love steak, so I actually indulged in this with him because so good. So for our prep work, we diced up the garlic, we shaved the carrots, and then we cut the cucumber into half moon shapes. And then I went ahead and got the rice on the stove. Same concept, bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat and let it simmer while you're prepping the rest. So this shaved steak was absolutely amazing. This would have been perfect in some kind of Philly cheesesteak or something. And then you're going to add a little bit of sugar, some salt and pepper, some garlic, and then the soy sauce. And you're going to go ahead and mix that all together, and then we're going to get that into a frying pan with some screaming hot oil. The little sriracha mayo sauce that they have you make is 3 simple ingredients, you guys. Mayo, sriracha, and garlic. And it was so delicious. There was a million things I thought about that sauce would have been good on. And then now we're going to pickle our cucumbers. And Jake wants to pickle everything now because he sees how easy it is. So we put a little bit more garlic, the vinegar, the sugar, and the cucumbers in another bowl and mix that all together and then put that off to the side so that can absorb all of the flavor. And then now our pan was ready for our meat. That was the last step. The rice was done once we ground and browned up the meat. Now it was just time to assemble the bowls. So I layered the rice on the bottom, and then I put some of that shaved carrots. He didn't even think he was going to like the carrots like that, but once he mixed everything together, he said it was so good, which I love that because then you'll step out of your comfort zone and try something even though it's not something you would have done. So then I put a couple of scoops of that shaved browned steak on there, and then a little bit of that sriracha mayo, and then putting those cucumbers on top, those pickled cucumbers. It is just everything, you guys. It is the best flavor. It is so good. I never knew I loved Vietnamese flavors the way I loved all of these together. It was super delicious and very light and a perfect lunch. I know for some this might be better suited for dinner, but for us and our family, we love this for lunch. And again, hands down to every plate because we love them. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this time's recipe share. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel out, and it allows me to know to keep sharing these with you guys. Now, did you see how easy those recipes are? They are so easily recreatable at home that you don't need to sign up for every plate. I can just keep bringing these videos to you. Again, they're not sponsored. I just like to share them with you guys, and then you can go ahead and get the ingredients and make them for yourself at home. Or if you do want to sign up for every plate, my link is always in the description box, and that gets you guys $20 off your very first order. So that means your first box, 3 recipes of your choice, is only $10. Like, how do you beat that for quality fresh food to your door? I know I can't, and that's why I keep getting them and I keep sharing them with you guys. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.